what's happening, guys, and welcome to F1 Fresh. Lewis Hamilton saw a great threat to his career after his 8th championship title was taken away from him by Max Verstappen. It was quite evident that Verstappen got away with it with the help of the FIA director, but it left Lewis in a great state of despair. As his career was at the edge, he had almost quit his profession. However, he decided to hold on, and doing so might have put Verstappen in a very risky position. There are high chances that Verstappen might himself be in the middle of race restrictions. Here's everything how Verstappen could face race bans because of Lewis Hamilton. Number 5. Verstappen could face serious race bans due to Lewis Hamilton. Abu Dhabi's F1 race made big news due to the scandalous events that took place. Lewis Hamilton was going to receive his 8th championship title at the race, but it went to the hands of Lewis's rival Max Verstappen. However, it was greatly debated that it was an unjust decision, as the FIA's director at the time, Michael Masi, had wrongfully ruled in favor of Verstappen. He had gone against FIA's own rules and allowed a safety car restart at the final lap of the race. This created great outrage, and the audience wasn't happy about it. It was such a major threat to Lewis's career that he even disappeared from the media for over 2 months. He reportedly switched and unplugged his social media accounts and decided to disappear from the public. People were unsure about the future of his career, and they were even convinced at that point that he would quit, but fortunately, he decided to make a comeback. And doing that might be a great threat for Verstappen. It's only obvious that Lewis would want to press charges against Verstappen and point out the injustice done to him during Abu Dhabi's F1 race match. Given the fact that a great number of people sided with Lewis and even the director was fired, there was no doubt that Lewis would want justice. It's only a matter of time before Verstappen would find himself calling his lawyer, as there's certainly a lot of trouble coming his way. However, Lewis stayed silent on the matter for a long while, and it's about time he responds to Verstappen. Moreover, Verstappen doesn't seem to back off either. He certainly got away with Abu Dhabi's F1 single, and he hasn't been investigated by the authorities yet either. But it seems like he's convinced about his victory no matter how evident it might be to people. He's persistent in believing that his win was true and just. Aside from that, he's also been getting his name in the headlines due to some heated events. It seems that he's receiving more and more hate, and his career is only getting more scandalous. If you think that's crazy, wait till you hear about how he called Lewis Hamilton stupid. Number 4. How Lewis Hamilton can destroy Verstappen's career. Even though the former FIA director might have let Verstappen go, there are multiple reasons why Lewis Hamilton can ban him from races. So let's get into how that can be possible. There are great details to every sport, including racing. Sometimes points are even given on the basis of the slightest touch of tires. Therefore, a great consideration has to be put into giving the winner his position. However, with the incident that took place between Hamilton and Verstappen, it's clear that something wasn't right. One driver can only have a maximum of 12 points across the 12 months. However, in Verstappen's case, he had already gotten 7 penalty points on his FIA Super license the last season. Moreover, each penalty point that an FIA racer gets stays on their Super license for an entire year. And when the driver gets all 7 penalty points in that period of time, they automatically get 1 race ban. After that, their record is set to 0. Now, it's already been established that Verstappen had gotten a total of 7 penalty points in his profile last season. So the question arises, when are his penalty points going to go back to 0? It turns out that his points won't expire until September of 2022. So if Lewis did decide to continue to race, there are certainly going to be collisions between them. This would require Verstappen to be very cautious with his driving style, or else he'll be in great trouble. According to the new F1 rules, there are going to be a total of 23 F1 races in 2022, 16 of which will have already taken place by the 12th of September, which is when his penalty points will expire. Given his questionable driving behavior, he won't be able to agave control over it. This probably means he would have to face the 1 race ban. Verstappen continued to receive penalty points, and now it's only possible that he could be facing serious race bans due to Lewis Hamilton's involvement in the races. Number 3. Max Verstappen calling Lewis Hamilton stupid. A series of events took place at the Saudi Arabia GP, and they all involved Max Verstappen throwing a crazy fit. Verstappen is not new to verbal abuse and expressing extreme anger during his matches, and this time it involves one of his biggest rivals, Lewis Hamilton. But another one of his competitors who got heat from him was Charles Leclerc. It turns out that Lewis is not the first F1 racer who was at the receiving end of Verstappen's unreasonable anger. It's reported that even his own team told him to keep his head down after he started complaining about Leclerc even after he had won the race. Other than this, he even called Lewis Hamilton a stupid idiot during their race in the United States. Lewis actually pushed past Verstappen in the race, and it had made him very angry. He reportedly took his team radio to call Hamilton a stupid idiot and even raised a middle finger at him. However, Hamilton remained calm during all of this and replied with a positive mindset. He stated, "I think at the core of everything has to be respect. For me, I try to just remain positive and keep calm and again be respectful to the drivers I'm fighting regardless. If I have a name in my head of what I think they are, I don't share that." Number 2. Verstappen adapting to new changes made at F1. Aside from great threats of race bans coming his way, there have also been a lot of changes made in the F1 racing that might be a problem for Verstappen. It's reported that Verstappen says that he would have to adapt to the way he drives. F1's new car was initially scheduled to debut in 2021, but it was delayed due to the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic. There will be great changes in the cars, which include changes in the width of the tires, the weight of the car, and a reduction in the spending cap, which will close the gap between the grip. Max revealed that he might have to adapt. He stated, "I like the current cars in terms of speed because it's really impressive how much grip you have." Number 1. Lewis and Max are far from friends. Since Lewis Hamilton will be hitting the tracks again, there's great tension between the two rivals. Although the relationship between Hamilton and Verstappen remains normal, the former confirmed that there are no friends on the track. Moreover, Lewis is also back with a greatly motivated attitude, and he's even stated that when the time comes, he'll be even stronger. This certainly does put Verstappen's career at a great stake. It's now up to Verstappen himself whether he beats his rival once again and proves the world wrong, or fails and surrenders. Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen are each other's biggest rivals. The F1 race at Abu Dhabi certainly heated things up between the two, and now Verstappen's career stands at a great risk. Now, Lewis has the power to force serious race bans in Max's way. And this about wraps up our video, which we hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, do let us know by smashing that like button. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to F1 Fresh, and do remember to hit that bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos in the future. I'll catch you guys later in another video. Bye for now.